In this session, we're going to be dealing with how to add Google Analytics code onto your website. But before I show you how to do that, I want to quickly give you an overview of what Google Analytics actually does. This is the main dashboard you'll get when you set up any Google Analytics account, and at its most basic, it graphs over time how many sessions and what the behaviors are of the people visiting your website. Now, by default, it is over the last month, so you can use this pull down to define any period of time you want to and also compare two different time periods. You can also change the view from hourly to daily to weekly to monthly. And down here we have our most basic metrics concerning the behavior of your end users of your website. Sessions are commonly referred to as hits, the number of times that your website has actually been visited. Users are the number of users that came to your website during that period. And page views are the number of pages seen by those users. Pages per session is the average number of pages visited by each end user of your site. The average session duration is the amount of time on average they spent on your site. Bounce rate is an important number. That's the percentage of people who went to your website and then bounced off it, meaning left your website after looking at that one page. And then this last metric here is the number of new sessions, the number of people coming to your website who have never been there before. Over here on the left, we have a navigation bar that gives you a hint of how many more behaviors you can look at that are tracked by Google Analytics, but we'll get into this in later sessions. Today's session is how to add the Google Analytics code. If you already have a Google account, you'll see once you search for Google Analytics or go to the URL google.com/analytics, you'll get this button in the upper right-hand corner that says sign in to Google Analytics. Now, if you don't have an analytics account with Google, when you click that button, you'll get this screen. This shows you the basic 3 steps, and then you click sign up. If you currently have a Google Analytics account on a website, this will show you the accounts that you have on Google. If you're setting up a new account, you won't get this page. If you have an existing account, you go to the admin button here in the upper left-hand corner at the very right of this short toolbar. Click admin. A website comes up, usually in alphabetical order, your first account. It doesn't really matter which account shows up here. You use this pull down at the very right, and at the very bottom, you choose Create New Account. This is the screen you'll get, and if you're signing up for your first website, meaning your first analytics account, you'll go directly to this screen. I have pre-populated all these fields. The account name, you give an account name. Your website name, you give the website name. The website URL, you cut and paste into this box. Notice it says default URL is invalid here. And the reason for that is that the HTTP : and then 2 forward slashes here is already there. So if you simply cut and paste in the URL of the website you wish to track, you're going to have that in there twice. So what you need to do is lop off that very beginning, the HTTP : // and you'll be good to go. You also have the option here of using HTTP or HTTPS, which is a secure site. Time zone, I put as Mountain Time. I left all my data sharing on, and now I'm going to click Get Tracking ID. I accept the terms of service without having read them. And my code is right up here. And with that, the Google Analytics bit of your task is done. You click in here, which selects all the code, right-click, and choose Copy, and then bring up Dreamweaver. Here's our main operating view of Dreamweaver with the document pane taking up most of the real estate and our files and folders pane over here on the right. Today's not a Dreamweaver lesson, so I'm going to go straight to my edit menu and choose Find and Select and bring up this dialog box. And we want this code to be on every page of our website, and we want it to be on the same spot on every page on our website. So under Find In, we're going to change Current Document, which is the default, to entire current local site. We're going to be searching the source code, and where we want to put this is in the head section of our website, meaning we want to put the code right before the closing head tag. So we're going to find the closing head tag, which is this, less than, / the word head, and greater than, and we're going to replace it with the Google code plus the closing head tag. So we still have the Google code on our clipboard, so I'll choose right-click and paste, which brings in our Google code. My cursor's at the end of this code, so I'll again add the closing head tag. And now we are ready to add Google Analytics to every page on our website. We click Replace All. We get the scary message that this can't be undone. We'll click Yes. And this one by one adds the code to our website. And when we're done, we'll see that it has replaced 216 closing head tags with Google code plus the closing head tags. And that is how you add Google Analytics to your site. Your last task is to go to the File pane here, use the rightmost icon on the toolbar to expand out your FTP section. You log into your server using this button. You click the top, the root folder of your local files, click up, and then upload your entire site onto the server now that each page has the Google tracking code on it.